Let's start with that EU response then. What are the details?
Well, I think the details are still a little bit hazy, Tom, but you mentioned it right there, 26 billion euros when it comes to the goods that are imported from the United States into the EU. Basically, you're opening kind of fire when it comes to those potential reciprocal tariffs. You go to look into the details, though, in terms of what the biggest trade relationship looks like between the EU and the United States. Let me walk you through a good chunk of it, because a lot of it is baked into the energy story from about 2 years ago. The biggest exports that are coming from the United States into the EU are things like energy, for example, petroleum oils, and especially LNG is going to be a big one. The second there is medicinal and pharmaceutical products, and then it's followed by things like engines, aircrafts, and car parts. So you are really seeing a lot of these major sectors that we keep an eye on in Europe, the car sector in Germany, arguably in Spain and Italy as well. Then things like pharmaceuticals going into especially the medicinal kind of industry here in the UK is a big one. I know this is for the EU, but that's one to keep in mind in terms of the ripple effects there. And then, of course, the oil story, the energy story, the LNG story coming from the United States into Europe, really replacing a lot of those flows from Russia. That's where a lot of that trade is baked into.